Okay, good afternoon and welcome everyone to another College and Career Pathways episode where every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. we provide you with information on various colleges and universities, financial aid resources, technical schools, training programs, skilled trade professions, employment opportunities, career exploration, and career readiness skills, all designed to help you make the best career decisions possible. I am Tony Curitin, your host, and today we will be visiting with Rochester University. Catherine, welcome. We are so happy to have you today.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate having the opportunity to talk to everyone a little bit about RU, who we are, what we offer, and just to hear a little bit more about what you might be interested in and what your questions are about Rochester. So can I get started with my presentation?
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, let me do the technical thing here. All right. Perfect. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate, like I said, the time that you all are taking out this afternoon to hear a little bit more about who we are at Rochester. Again, my name is Catherine Fulmer, and I work in the admissions office at Rochester. So I'm here to answer any questions you might have about admissions, our university, anything like that. But I'll go through a short presentation here just to give you a little bit more background and knowledge about who we are as an institution. So we are located in Rochester Hills, Michigan. We are roughly in between Detroit and Flint. So we're about 35 miles-ish north of downtown Detroit and about 35 miles-ish south of Flint. So we are in a really fun, active, engaging community. Rochester Hills does a lot by way of just a lot within the local community by way of events, farmers markets, parades, all of that kind of great stuff. So we are about a 20-minute walk away from downtown Rochester. So our students definitely take advantage of being so close to downtown and seeing what's available there. So yeah, that's where we are at as an institution, location-wise. I know that you have a number of campuses all around the state. So we have students who come from all over the state of Michigan. Most of our students come from primarily the Metro Detroit area. So describe us a little bit. That's kind of on a bit of a larger scale, but now going into a smaller scale. We like to use these adjectives on the screen as a way to describe ourselves. However, one thing it really comes down to is our community. So we are a small university with a strong community. We have about 1,200 students or so on our campus. So it is really easy for our students to make friends, to get to know their classmates, their peers, but also get to know their professors. So our students are well connected with their professors. Our student to professor ratio is 10-1. So chances are our students are really going to get to know who they're studying with and also who they're taking classes from. I think that's especially useful when it comes to like networking, job and internship opportunities, all of that good stuff. But really, it sounds horribly corny every time I say it, but we are just a community of nice people. So we're the type of place, it is easy to make friends. It is easy to get to know people around you. But the words on the screen also do a good job of describing that too. So I could sit here and talk about Rochester, but I also really think it's valuable to hear from our students about their experience and what they have to say. So here are two friends for us to meet today, Lauren and Jajira.
My name is Lauren. I'm from here in Rochester. I'm currently a junior, and I am a secondary education integrated science major. I absolutely love being involved on RU's campus. Right now I'm a community leader, I'm a barista in our coffee shop, I'm an ACE Lab tutor, among many other things. My favorite thing about Rochester has to be that we are such a small, close-knit community, and that's what I was really looking for in a campus. I like being able to know everyone on campus and being able to be called by name. I think that's something really unique that our school has to offer, and I really hope that I get to see you soon.
Awesome. And then here is Jajira.
picking a college, I was very concerned with not only finding a school that would be a good fit for me, but also wouldn't be too big where I would just be a number, or too small to where it was just not enough to work with. So I wanted to pick a school that I could have that personal relationship with other, like my peers and also my professors, but also have a good education to where I would excel and be able to do some good work behind the scenes and on stage as well. I've noticed how much that you guys take an interest in that, in us taking care of ourselves, making sure that we are not only taking on too much, but also doing enough to where we're still having the opportunity to do good work and to actually like buckle down and to dig into roles and dig into set design and makeup design and anything else that we could do in the theater world. There isn't a time where I can walk on campus and not see someone that I don't know, or at least don't know what their name is, and greet them. So definitely the relationships have been the thing that stuck out the most to me.
Awesome. So I really like those two videos because both Lauren and Jajira are able to talk about their experiences and what they're involved in here at Rochester, but they're also both unique experiences. So Lauren talks a little bit about being a barista at the coffee shop, being a community leader, being an education major, and Jajira talks about being a theater major and also that being a really big thing that she's involved in, both backstage and on stage and all of that. So we have a lot of great opportunities to get involved on our campus, no matter what you're interested in. So we've got your student organizations, you know, your reading club, health and fitness club, gardening club, gaming club, whatever you are thinking of student organization wise. Why we either have it, or if we don't have it, we have the opportunity for you to get together with a few friends and pitch it to our Center for Student Life. We have study abroad opportunities. We have theater opportunities too. So our performing arts opportunities are available to all students. Anyone can audition. You don't have to be a theater major to audition. That includes backstage work as well. So if you're someone who likes to sew or build, always use hands backstage too. Athletic wise, we are a Division II school through the NAIA. We offer all of your kind of standard sports, your baseball, volleyball, softball, soccer, golf, wrestling, basketball, lacrosse, bowling. I'm sure track and field. I'm sure I'm missing a few, but we don't offer football. So I'm sorry about anyone who's going to ask me that question, but we've got almost anything else sports wise. Hockey too, there's a picture of our hockey team on the screen. And one thing that I think we do a really great job of on our campus is just doing sort of random events. So you'll walk around and see flyers for like they did a vision board party this past January when the semester began. I think just last week they did a sleep awareness event where they decorated pillowcases and drank coffee. Then they did a really great Halloween event this past October. So I think it's just really easy to get involved on a casual way too, of like, hey, I'm on campus, they're doing this event on Thursday night, I might as well go get together with a few friends. So it's very easy to get involved on campus at Rochester. So kind of moving out of the extracurricular piece more into the academic side of things. Our academic philosophy is that we believe that every student and every person has a story worth telling. So we believe that you have a story coming into your time at Rochester. We want to help you author that story so that way you can continue writing your story after you graduate. So what that kind of looks like on a bit of a smaller scale, all of our majors have a general education component, a core major component, a hands-on experiential component. So that looks a little bit different depending on the major. It might be like student teaching for education majors, or clinical experiences for nursing students, or it could be an internship experience. So we have different sorts of hands-on experiences for academic credit that you'll be involved in. And then finally, all of our seniors participate in a capstone course and a capstone project. So we do a research conference at the end of the year. So it's actually coming up here in a couple weeks in late April, where all of our students present on a research project or some sort of capstone project that they have pursued and completed during their time at Rochester and in that senior year. So it's a really big deal for our senior students. It's a high accomplishment and high achievement for them. So that's kind of what we're looking at on a larger scale for our academics. As for majors, this is a list of our majors, but it is not comprehensive. Many of our majors have tracks. So education is a really great example. For secondary education, you'll have science, or you'll have math, or you'll have literature or social studies. Health sciences is another great option for tracks. We've got pre-physical therapy, pre-physician's assistant, pre-pharmacy. So know too that this list is not comprehensive. We do have more specific options if you're looking for something a little more specific. And then we also have an interdisciplinary studies major. It's a little bit of a mouthful, but it's where you essentially build your own major. You take a couple different concentrations. So maybe like business and psychology, or pre-law and psychology, or we've seen like psychology and art, all kinds of different combinations. And you take those two concentrations, put them together to create your major. So yeah, that's what we're looking at by way of studying. So I have two more friends for us to meet today. They are going to talk a little bit about our academic experience here at Rochester.
Hello, my name is Kasim Alsager. I'm an incoming senior here at Rochester University. To me, Rochester University means family, it means love, it means that everyone is there for everyone. Besides the amazing students, my favorite part through this journey has been the faculty and the staff. They're like my older siblings, they're like, my aunts and uncles. They're there for you. They want to talk to you, they want to hear you out. What's going on, how are you? It goes far beyond that kind of personal relationship. It builds onto a more personal one, and this is outside even my teachers. Dean of students, the associate dean, you have the various deans of all, for example, all subjects, and you have even the maintenance workers that sit there and talk to you, and it just makes you feel welcomed and like you're at home. They want you there.
And one more from Tori.
I'm a sophomore and a biology major here at RU. I'm also a community leader and a member of our varsity softball team. If I had to choose my favorite place on campus, it would definitely be the Academic Center for Excellence, or also known as our ACE Lab. The ACE Lab is the place for anything and everything academic related, whether it be free tutoring, free printing, borrowing textbooks, or just a cool place on campus to study. This is where you want to be. The staff is extremely welcoming, and they want to do everything and anything they can to help you succeed in your classes at RU, so definitely check it out. Hope to see you guys soon.
Awesome. So again, I like to hear from students. I figure it's better than having me just tell you all these great things. Like, let them tell you too. Okay, so now I want to move into everyone's favorite topic, which is money. So we are super proud to be able to offer this program to all of our incoming freshman students. We call it the RU Pledge. So it is a loan repayment assistance program. We know that student loans can be scary, and we want to help take off some of the burden of having to maybe pursue student loans for an education. We believe that our education is worth it, and so that's why we have invested into this program and into our students and families. So it's a free program for all of our students and families. It is a cost that we take on as an institution. But essentially, our students who sign up for the RU Pledge graduate from Rochester. Once they graduate, as long as they start working at least 30 hours a week, it can be in multiple jobs. They will, and they're making less than $50,000, which a year, which most of our students, except for, our nursing majors and whatnot, most students end up falling within that range. They will receive reimbursement checks to go towards their student loan payments. So we are one of 2 schools in the state to offer this to all of our incoming freshman students. So we're really proud of it. We believe in our education, and we just want to help make sure that student loans are not a burden, and are not something that are keeping students from pursuing an education here at Rochester. So cool program. So happy to offer it. And yeah, let's move on here just to some application information. So our application for the fall 2021 semester is open. You can find it at rochesteru.edu/apply. Our application is free, takes about 10 or 15 minutes or so to complete. We look for a minimum 2.25 GPA. However, we also work with students who maybe fall a little bit below that. Like we talked about earlier, we believe that every student has a story. And so we want to hear your story. So for students who maybe fall a little bit below that, we'll often ask for maybe like a letter of recommendation or a personal essay, something like that. So our application is open. It stays open all summer. So if you are a senior or you know a senior who might be interested in applying, they're welcome to do so now or later. As for our juniors, sophomores, and freshman students, our application opens for you at the end of your junior year. So anytime you complete your junior year, you're able to apply after that and submit transcripts to be admitted. We are currently test optional for the fall 21 semester. So we don't require the SAT or ACT. However, if you do have scores, we will still accept your scores. You might get a higher academic scholarship, depending on what your scores are. We are still having conversations about what we're going to be doing moving forward for the fall 22 semester and beyond. So our decision for being test optional right now is just for the current upcoming semester, but we may be extending into future years too. So with that, this is my contact information. So you're welcome to email me, welcome to give me a call. That QR code, if you scan it, it will lead you to a JOT form to fill out if you'd like to keep in touch. I'm here to help. I can answer any questions you might have about Rochester or admissions, anything like that. You can also at a later time go to our website. If you fill out an information request form, that's another way to get connected with me as well. So that concludes my piece of the presentation here. So if you have questions or anything, I would love to hear them. So I don't know, Tony, if you have a specific way you want to do questions, but I'm open to anything.
Normally, they just unmute and ask you. Some do the chat box and ask that way. But I do want to ask a question. What is the tuition rate for Rochester?
Yeah. So we are a private school, which means that we don't get the government funding. So that means our tuition's a little bit higher. I always like to preface that. But our tuition for this upcoming year is about $25,000.
Okay.
However, nobody pays that. So all of our students receive some sort of financial aid, including the RU pledge benefits too. So sometimes we're able to make a financial aid package similar to what a student might receive at a public school or even a community college. So one benefit of us being a little bit smaller is that we are able to work individually with our students and families to help make sure that we're setting up a financial aid package that works well for you.
And so with regards to your loan repayment pledge, does that essentially mean that a student could conceivably write off their student loan completely over a period of time because they complied with the number of hours worked per week?
Yeah, so they do the repayment, like the actual amount, based off of a scale. So I believe once it's like, if it's 20,000 or less that you're making, you get everything reimbursed. Once you reach closer to 50, they will reimburse a portion of it.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal.
Yep. And then that goes up until the loan either is forgiven or is paid off, or whatever happens first.
Okay, good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have any questions you want to ask Catherine?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you have, I looked at your programs. Do you guys plan to add any more degree programs anytime soon at all?
Yeah, so right now we just added our healthcare management, as well as our information programming systems degree. So I know right now one of our big ones is going to be psychology, a graduate program. So an MA in psychology. Um, I am not quite sure what else is coming down the track now that we just got healthcare management and information programming, information systems programming in. So yeah, that's a fantastic question. Is there a specific major that you're thinking about?
I was looking more for like in the arts, like to see if there were like any more art programs that you may add on, like interior
Awesome.
design or something along those lines. That's all.
Yeah. Off the top of my head, I don't have anything, but that doesn't mean that it's not happening.
Understood.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Catherine, you have university housing for students, don't you?
We do. Yep.
And roughly, how much is housing per year for
It's
students?
about 8,000. So that includes 19 meals a week.
Okay.
So
And
we have
that
two
was,
residence halls. So one is usually for our first year students, and then one is for our upper class students. And I would say almost half of our students live on campus, maybe a little bit less than that in like the 40%. We're about 40% residential, 60 commuter.
okay. And so, just to be clear, FAFSA financial aid cannot be utilized at your school, but you do have scholarships and student loan programs that students can utilize to cover their tuition expense, correct?
We accept FAFSA.
Oh,
When I say government aid, we don't accept, so public universities receive money directly from the government to
okay,
help with their costs. We don't receive money directly from the government, but we absolutely take FAFSA aid. So any sort of
okay,
student loans through FAFSA, Pell Grant, Supplemental Opportunity Grant. There's a specific Michigan tuition grant for students interested in a private school. So yes, we accept all FAFSA aid, and that is a great starting point for us to then award scholarships and whatnot. So that's a
okay.
great clarification. Thank you.
Yeah, it is, because I'm like, oh man. You guys have any more questions? All righty then. Well, Catherine, we thank you so much for your time and the information that you have shared on Rochester University. You guys have some great programs, and I know this will be a great help to a lot of our students and young people. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate your time. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for
Thank you. You
joining.
too.
Bye now.
Thank you.
Bye.